Yo, welcome to the channel. Today I'm about to react to scientists find a cure to reverse human aging. So I saw this pop up from like the information, I was like, hey yo, this might be an interesting watch too. Of course, watch, but I don't know. So it just caught my eye. I'm intrigued by it, but I don't know. I'm not gonna waste no time. Let's just hop into it because I just really gotta see this.
Thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Human aging, it's impossible to avoid, or is it? What if there was a way not just to stop it, but reverse it? But first, I want you to ask yourself, what's going on in your life right now that's interfering with your happiness? As someone who works from home, I feel often quite lonely, or that
What is interfering with my happiness? I think I'd say the thing interfering with my happiness is myself. So yeah.
way not just to stop it, but reverse it. But first, I want you to ask yourself, what's going on in your life right now that's interfering with your happiness? As someone who works from home, I feel often quite lonely, or that I'm operating in a bubble, which can have all
Okay.
sorts of knock-on effects in my day-to-day life. I know lots of people are experiencing the same thing, but no matter how you're feeling, you need to know about BetterHelp. BetterHelp isn't a self-help program or a crisis line. It's actually professional therapy done
Okay,
securely
so this is a
online.
whole
After
ad
assessing
at
your
first.
needs, you'll be
Okay.
matched with a licensed therapist from their network of over 20,000. Video or phone, so no more sitting people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experience
Sorry.
in your life today. What if you could live recently with
Okay, hold on.
extraordinary the technology to reverse the aging process, so if you want to live a longer, healthier life, what we're about to tell you will change everything. There have been several research studies published recently with extraordinary findings. Not only do certain technologies have the ability to slow the aging process, but some can even reverse it altogether. The interesting
Okay.
thing is, we've had this technology for a long time and have used it for medical procedures in the past. The technology we're referring to are hyperbaric oxygen chambers. If you're a scuba diver, you probably have at least heard of the device because they're used to treat someone who ascends too quickly and gets air bubbles in their blood. The name given to this deadly circumstance is the bends. This can be fatal if the bubbles make it to the brain and cause an aneurysm. The hyperbaric oxygen chamber can be used to repressurize someone to remove the air bubbles from their bloodstream and
Oh.
allow for more oxygen to enter the body. A recent research study conducted at a Tel Aviv University and the Shamir Medical Center in Israel have found another use for hyperbaric oxygen treatments, reversing the aging process. This study was conducted by Professor Shai Efrati and Dr. Amir Hadani, who used 35 healthy individuals aged 64 or over for their experiment. They used hyperbaric oxygen chambers to increase the pressure and amount of oxygen the patients were receiving. Each patient was given this treatment 60 times over a period of 90 days.
Okay, oh, hold up. If it just seemed like, bro, you're not reacting, I don't know. It just feels like so much information is getting in that, like, I'm just genuinely, nigga, bro. The shit I would do it. I mean, I don't really need it because I'm kind of good for now. But who knows? Later on, oh damn, bro. I hope I'm not down bad in future, bro.
What they found has scientists around the world excited. Most scientists believe that aging and the physical changes that happen as you get older are a byproduct of damaged DNA. DNA controls all of your traits, from what you look like to the amount of hormones you produce, but DNA begins to degrade over time. The older you get, the more damage accumulates on the DNA of your cells. On a basic level, this is what causes aging, and if you're lucky enough to remain disease-free, the reason your body will eventually give up is because it can no longer create new cells to replace the old ones due to damaged DNA. Your body has natural ways of combating this process, which allows humans often to live into their 70s and beyond. But death is inevitable, because eventually the DNA in your cells becomes so damaged that other physical problems begin to arise, such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, and organ failure. However, what the research study conducted by Efrati and Hadani showed was that the DNA of their patients did not just stop degrading, but actually started to repair itself. To
Whoa.
understand what this means, we need to understand what scientists believe are the two main causes of aging. The first has to do with telomeres. These are sections of your DNA on the ends of each of your chromosomes that act like a protective helmet for your DNA. This keeps the DNA from getting damaged each time the cell replicates. However, each time your cells do divide, part of the telomere is lost. Once the telomere sections of your chromosomes are gone, the DNA begins to degrade. This causes your cells to stop working properly, and the symptoms of old age begin. The second thing your cells do that causes aging is to become senescent. This is when cells stop dividing and remain dormant dormant in the body. This is a natural process, but these senescent cells can often cause problems for the healthy cells around them and have a negative effect on the body itself. Many scientists believe these senescent cells may play a role in certain conditions associated with aging, such as osteoarthritis and cancer. So, how do we stop the aging process or reverse it? We would have to find a way to regenerate the length of the telomeres on the chromosomes, and we need to destroy or remove senescent cells. What the Tel Aviv University research team found after examining the cells of the patients in their studies was astonishing. By using the hyperbaric oxygen chambers to increase the levels of oxygen in a person's body, cellular regeneration can occur. This is not new to science, as these devices have been used by medical professionals to increase immune responses and speed up the healing process in the past. However, what Efreti and Hadani found was even more incredible. They looked at the immune cells contained in each patient's blood who participated in the experiment. From these cells, they could examine each person's DNA, and what they found was that in some cases their telomere lengths had increased by up to 38%. This is amazing, because it could mean the hyperbaric oxygen therapy did not just slow the degradation of telomeres in cells, but actually reversed it. If further research can duplicate these results, then we may have found a way to indefinitely repair telomere length and therefore reverse one of the causes of aging. But what about the senescent cells? Was there any reduction in these harmful cells? The answer is yes. Surprisingly, the researchers found that there was a decrease of up to 37% in the number of senescent cells.
Jesus, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Imagine being old and being snatched. Like, come on, bro. Like,
in the patients of the study. This means that the second component of
okay, but I
aging
get
could also
those are blood cells, so it's like, calm, bro. I'm just thinking, imagine you got like snatched just for like they force you to like de-age. You want to die, but they're like, nah, bro, we're not having this.
be dealt with by increasing the oxygen flow through the body using hyperbaric oxygen therapy. The increase in telomere length and the decrease in senescent cells are two components needed to stop aging and reverse its effects. What is really important to consider is that if continued exposure to hyperbaric oxygen therapy keeps increasing these beneficial effects on the body, we could theoretically turn back someone's biological clock and return their body to a younger state. Let that sink in for a moment. Now, we're by no means saying everyone should immediately go out and get hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Yo, but that would be weird. Just imagine someone like reverses their age like way too far to back then when they were a kid, but then they're also married to someone and now he has to go down on, you know? Golly, bro, there's a lot of consequences. And remember, if we're de-aging, that means you probably live longer. I don't know if they create it's a mortality, but I doubt it. But that means, man, the population will be, Jesus, like, hell nah, bro.
For one thing, this was a single study with a small sample size. Something to keep in mind with this or any scientific study is that sample size, or the amount of subjects in a study, is extremely important. 35 subjects is not a large number, which means there is possibility that these results could be wildly inaccurate. The larger the sample size, the more times an experiment is replicated, the better the data is. What we are saying is that something interesting most definitely happened in the study, and it could unlock the door to overcoming death by old age in the future. Another word of caution: hyperbaric oxygen therapy can be incredibly dangerous and should only be conducted by medical experts at a medical facility. What can happen if you built your own hyperbaric oxygen chamber, you might ask? Well, the chamber could explode from the pressure being too high, as one man found out. He was rescued but suffered from a collapsed lung. A woman and her grandson were also killed in Florida when a faulty hyperbaric oxygen chamber burst into flames. And even though these are extreme cases, if the machine is not used properly, it is common for people to experience hearing loss from ruptured eardrums, vision problems, and even seizures. So, hyperbaric oxygen
I'm sorry,
therapy
okay, no, the seizure thing is not funny. It's just a little, I'm sorry, bro.
extreme cases, if the machine is not used properly, it is common for people to experience hearing loss from ruptured eardrums, vision problems, and even seizures. So, hyperbaric oxygen therapy should only be done by medical experts. But hyperbaric oxygen therapy is not the only research being conducted around slowing or reversing the aging process. Scientists have been close to making breakthroughs on this frontier for years now, and it's only a matter of time before they figure out how to extend human life. One biotech CEO used an experimental gene therapy on herself. Elizabeth Parrish underwent an anti-aging gene therapy developed by her company BioViva. This was not FDA approved or conducted using the scientific method, but she claims to have extended her own telomeres and reversed her age of her immune cells by 20 years. Her results are in question, and there needs to be many more tests, but this brings up a good point. Science has come a long way in genetic modification, especially with the development of CRISPR, which allows scientists to cut any section of DNA they want and replace it with a different gene. This technology has the potential to allow humans humans to alter their DNA and thereby control what genes someone may or may not have in the future. For example,
Okay.
a Chinese scientist named He Jiankui edited the DNA of twin girls who were born in 2018. He Jiankui claims he disabled a gene called CCR5 in each of the twins while they were still the embryos in their mother's uterus. The gene codes for that protein that allows HIV to enter cells. By editing the gene, He Jiankui might have created the first genetically modified babies to be resistant to the virus that causes AIDS. This was deemed unethical and the Chinese government arrested He Jiankui, but the fact remains that we have the technology to modify our own genome.
Hey yo, nah, bro, give that man a middle. He practically kind of saved them kids, yeah, from one death sentence. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if we can't do this, I get it, it's unethical. But isn't it like ethical enough that you saved a lot? Oh, come on,
And
my
that very
guy.
technology may allow humans to live forever. In a different study, researchers from the University of California, Los Angeles gave 9 volunteers a mix of 3 common drugs that affect growth hormones and diabetes. On average, they found that immune cells in the volunteers' bodies reversed the age by about 2.5 years. This was surprising, as they expected the cocktail of drugs to slow down the signs of aging, but not reverse them. Again, the researchers make it clear that more studies need to be done. However, their
Yes.
study may suggest that the right combination of prescription drugs may be able to extend the lifespan of humans. Each of these examples shows that not only are we close to stopping the aging process of our bodies, but we may be close to reversing the process altogether. And one final experiment has many scientists excited for what the future holds. Since DNA damage is responsible for most of the symptoms of aging, it stands to reason that healthy DNA equals a healthy and long-living person. A recent study found that by giving plasma
Zoom out
from
on it,
young rats to
3D.
older
Come on, bro.
rats, the biological age of the older rats was reversed. This got scientists thinking and led to a research around an enzyme called HDAC1. Scientists found that the enzyme may play a key role in repairing age-related damage to DNA. It's been found that HDAC1 levels are much lower in people with Alzheimer's and older adults in general. Scientists began examining the different levels of HDAC1 in mice and how lower levels correlated to more damaged DNA. They then injected a drug that would reactivate the production of the HDAC1 enzyme in the older rats, and the results were astonishing. The rats given the reactivation drug reduced their biological age by 54%. Imagine being able to take medicine that would restore your body to half of its current age.
Bro, imagine. Yo. Yo, if we. Okay, my fault, something happened. But like what I was about to say, it's like, yo. Imagine, like, it's like the same thing. Imagine that, because it's like the same thing as I said in the beginning. It's like, yo. If they. It's like, yo. There are a lot of consequences to come with this, bro. That's why some people gotta live on Mars. Fucking hell, bro. Are humans just like parasites or like conquerors or some shit at this point? Because it's like, we're taking over, we're taking over. What if we take over the whole solar system at this point? But like, I don't know. But oh shit, let's carry on, Jesus.
If this could be done indefinitely, then old age would no longer be a concern for humans. We're at a turning point for our species. Science has made it possible to not only understand what causes aging in humans, but how the process may be reversed. It is
Okay.
very possible that within your lifetime, humans will conquer the symptoms of old age and even death itself. However, this may lead to a whole new set of problems, as population control would become a
Exactly.
real issue. Now watch
Exactly.
why it would suck to live.
This is what I'm saying, bro. It's like, I know this might sound weird to be like, oh, bro, I know this is weird for you to say it after, Because it's like, bro, overpopulation, G, it's like, A, we gotta have a squid game just to control it. B, no, we're not having a purge. That is, nope. Or C, just send other niggas to other planets, so just to even it out, but the food shit, man, they're gonna eat Mars grubs or some shit, or if they finding no, we're not doing this, we're not, because I was about to say this shit, no, we're not about to have a new Thanksgiving on Mars where we do some other ish to the inhabitants of the planet. If there are inhabitant people or species inhabiting that planet, we're not about to have a whole ish and then we fucking call it a new Thanksgiving on Mars, and then it's gonna be like ALM, in Lives Matter and ish, and then humans all seem like, the like so low key like the white people of Earth, and you're just like, I'm not gonna, oh Lord have mercy, Jesus, but yeah. That's it for the reaction. Hope you guys like the video slash the reaction. I don't even know I reacted to this. It just seemed interesting for me to do. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Golly, my guy.